Hello, 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 everybody. How are y'all doing today? It's Melissa with Crafty Max, guys. As y'all can see, I'm all by myself again. Guys, I don't know why my camera looks like it's a little weird today. I don't know what's going on. Hey, friends. Hey, Tom. How are you doing? Don, Kathy. Um, hey, friends. Say hello when you pop on here. I see 8 people on here, guys. Well, today is actually going to be a pretty good darn day, guys. Living life to the fullest in uncertain times. Boy, is that a big subject or what? Sometimes I don't know where to look. Comments up there. Hey, friends, how are y'all? Well, today I'm telling you, I was praying about, Lord, what should we talk about on Saturday chat this afternoon? And there's so many conversations going on about, hey, Lisa, how are you doing? Hey, friends. Hey, Cheryl. There's so many conversations that people are having around their kitchen tables and just with friends and family and even strangers with things that's going on in our country and other countries right now. Y'all know all the situation with Russia, Ukraine, and China, and we're not even going to get into that because y'all know exactly what's going on there. But I thought, how do we continue to live a life that is full to the fullest when we see things going on like that in life? And I want Saturday chats to be encouraging and uplifting, and where we can come together for an hour and just absolutely, I don't know, I want to be able to, I want you guys to take something away from our Saturday afternoon chats, whether it's just a little bit of a nugget that helps you get through the day or the rest of your weekend or the rest of your week. BFF and I and MG, we talk about these things all the time because we all experience the same stuff, right, guys? Hey, Emily, how are you doing? Hey, friends. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Wanda. Hey, guys, how are y'all doing? So what do y'all have heard the old cliche of like life is as much about life is as much about how you get where you're going as where you go, right? Y'all have heard that how many times? It's interesting. Hey, Craig, how are you doing today, buddy? Hey. Hey, guys, so thank you so much for popping on here. It's Melissa with you. Hey, Lisa M, how are you doing this afternoon? Thank you guys for popping on here with me. I so appreciate it. And I hope everybody can comment, unlike on Facebook and in our supporters group and stuff, because sometimes we don't see some people's comments. Hey, Marty. Hey, Marty, how are you doing? Hey, friends. But I want to encourage each and every one of you all. I wanted to talk about living in the present moment. Y'all, sometimes that's kind of hard, isn't it? To live in the present moment of where we are. Our past is important and, we want to learn from it. But I think, y'all hear the wind? Y'all hear the wind? But I think what is really important to remember as well is that our future is important to work towards. And we can't allow things that's going on, in our personal lives, in our country, in other countries, to take away from, just living our life to the fullest, even though we don't know what tomorrow holds. BFF, where's BFF? Is BFF on here? Oh, no, she's not here today, Lisa. She is busy with her honey. She is working on her, her craft room. She's working on her craft room, guys. Y'all won't believe what she did. She installed a screen, like a screen window. It's huge in her craft room, her craft building. And she did it by herself. I'm like, she's my hero. What can I say? She's my hero. So it's going to be a little bit quieter today. It's going to be a little quieter today. Jerry, it's so good to see you too. How are y'all doing today? I know it is so true, isn't it? Hey, Nancy Rodriguez. Hey, friends. And sometimes even in life, guys, we got to decide what the heck is really important to us, right? I mean, whether it's taking care of your children, working hard on your career, I don't know. If you're a baker, I mean, making fabulous creations, or a wreath maker, or just a crafter in general, right? You, oh, I know. Hey, guys. Oh, I know. God bless BFF, but she's having fun, friends. She's having fun. But sometimes I think we do. We actually need to enjoy what makes us happy. What do y'all think? What makes you all happy on a daily basis? I know we talk about these things, and I really want our Saturday chats to be just encouraging. You guys, y'all were so good at encouraging each other, and that is so important that you have, a group of people that can come together that understands where we're going. But you know what's so more important even than that? What is more important even than that is, even if we don't agree, that we can still be grown up enough to allow that person to have their say. We have our say, even if we have disagreements. But, sometimes it's good to have an open mind, because I think sometimes it helps with our growth when we have an open mind. We can't assume that we know everything. Guys, I'm all over the places today, aren't I? Oh gosh, did I get my sign done, Tom? No, I worked on it a little bit this morning, and I'm still looking for daisies. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, this is what it is. Y'all see this? This is the ribbon. You see that daisy on there? Friends, I am bound and determined that I have this sign in my head, and I'm not going to just put anything, and this was supposed to be released yesterday. I am so sorry. This was supposed to be released yesterday, but heck, I'm just not going to throw something together. I want that sign. I'm going to find those daisies, guys. I'm going to find them. You're only an hour away from your daughter and granddaughter rather than 11 hours. I am telling you, Jerry, that is so important, isn't it? Being closer to your family at times like this too. Oh Lord Jesus, it's crazy pants. But and it's what I was saying before about even having an open mind. Because BFF and I touched on briefly a few times about, I think we even discussed it a little bit week before last, or was it last week? It's hard for me to keep up with these things now. But even, being prepared a little bit for what possibly can happen in our lives. And with food shortages, whether you see them in your area or not, there is food shortages, guys. I'll be quite honest. I am a little concerned about some of the things, guys. Y'all, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that if we can't get fertilizer in this country, I don't know how if you guys are following what is going on. And I don't want to be fear mongering, and I don't want to put fear in your hearts, but I do want to encourage you to be a little smart too, because the fertilizer situation that we are not getting in this country, just that alone, I'm not even going to talk about anything else. I'm going to talk about fertilizer and food. I'm going to talk about fertilizer and food, friends, because that it is definitely uncertain times and things like that, because we're not going to have a lot of fertilizer this year, guys. Our farmers won't. And if you guys realized, and I'm sure you do, that if they can't plant their crops this year, or not as much, even if it was only 50% of the crops that they can plant, that's our food for next year. Did y'all know that? That's our food for next year. It's crazy. Even for hobby farms like us, Linda, I'm telling you, it's like, how can you afford to do it? But then you go, how can you afford not to buy the fertilizer if you have a small farm, greenhouse, and you're planting a small garden? How can you not afford to spend that money so that you have some crops, so that y'all know I'm a canner. I'm canning stuff. I have family that comes in and they get my green beans, they get, apple butter, they get, my pickles, all of that stuff. So it's just not for me and Stuart and my immediate family. There's MG and her family, Caitlin with her babies. Y'all know Caitlin's my niece, Mary Gay's daughter. Your aunt gave you some tomatoes, so you've been canning. Oh God, don't you love it? Don't you love it? Hey, Linda Powell from Arizona, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, Peggy Flores, how are you doing today, guys? Y'all, I know. I don't want to. So, saw on the news there was freeze in Florida last week, and they lost strawberries. No, Linda, I'm so sorry. Oh, I hate that. We have a farm about, it's probably 12 or 13 miles from me, and they do strawberries every year. Of course, they plant them in the fall, and you see how they're tending to them all throughout the winter. And if we get really harsh weather, they'll cover them and things like that, just so that come May and June, we have strawberries. Yeah, that's a big thing. And so far, we're still good where we are. Thank goodness we don't have to worry about that. Take and make your own. Start a compost pile. That is absolutely, yep. But I'm telling you, Wanda, if you've, all right, I'm going to be quite frank, guys. I'm going to be quite frank on my Saturday afternoon chats with you all. If you have not already started some things, it's almost a little too late. Like it takes a little bit of knowledge and skill to grow a garden, to grow food in your garden, to grow food in your greenhouses. And if you just happen to, now, I think probably, guys, if y'all have never done this before, look up Jerry Baker, Regina. Jerry Baker. He teaches how oh yeah, I believe me, girlfriend, I know about composting, but I'll definitely look him up because I love to learn new things. Y'all, sometimes I'm at a loss for words because you don't know sometimes how far you should take subjects. I think sometimes, friends, if y'all knew what I really feel in my spirit being, I'd probably scare most of you, I think. Now, I know BF would scare you. BFF would scare you for sure. She'd be like, y'all be like, oh, Lord Jesus. And y'all would just say, oh, that's BFF. But I'm telling you, you can do container gardening. If you don't have land, you most certainly could do, okay. And this, if you don't take any of my advice at all, if you're going to do some little bit of gardening and some container gardening, it is important that you only grow what you eat. Did you hear those words? Those are wise words. Only grow what you will eat, especially right now. You don't want to be experimenting. If you don't like asparagus, don't plant it. If you don't like it, don't plant it. We're going to have some hard times. Tom, I really do believe that we're going to see some stuff in our nation. Like I said, I don't usually talk about this stuff. Now, I'm not going to talk about this stuff on my Facebook. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I will talk to you guys here on my YouTube channel because I feel like, because my Facebook is my wreathing business, it's my crafting business, and I want to keep that lighthearted and fun. If y'all want to hear more serious stuff, then come over here on Saturdays on my Saturday afternoon chats, because that's where I'm going to get a little bit deeper with you guys, okay? But I don't want to do that over on Facebook. So if you ever see anybody on my Facebook Lives and they're commenting on certain, politics or things like that, just tell them, no, Melissa doesn't do that. And y'all are so good at that. Y'all are so good. Y'all have my back. But they can come over here and, and chat and do some things. But always be respectful. Even if you guys don't believe anything's going on in our country, if y'all don't think we're going to have any hard times, that's okay. And I respect that. I respect that. And I do expect you to respect me. I expect you to respect my opinions, and they are my opinion. Okay. Now, is it fact? I most certainly could probably even give you some facts, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you my opinions. If you want facts, you can look everything up, guys, because it's right there for you. It's right there for you to look at everything. We've been stocking up on canned goods, dried beans, non-perishables for a while, and that is good. Friends, this is what I would do if I were you all. I really would. BFF and I were talking about, we've been saying this for 3 or 4 weeks. When you go to the grocery store, you see something on sale. If you see some corn that you eat, and go ahead and pick up a can or 2 cans or 3 cans if you can extra. And the thing is, you put that back in your pantry. And then don't be using that. Don't be using that. When you run out of what you normally eat, then go back and replace that, and then pick up another 2 or 3 cans of something. That way, eventually, you're going to have a stock of food. And I'm not talking about going crazy and, but I'm telling you, have 6 months. And this is what I would do. I would go ahead and from December on, that's when you need to probably start having your stock already up to 6 months. Y'all sit down, grab a pen and piece of paper with your family and figure out how much you eat. How many times do you eat green beans in a month? How many times do you eat corn in a month? How many times do you eat potatoes? And how much of each? Okay, how much of each? And I'm going to tell you, this is part of living life to the fullest in uncertain times, because you don't want to, in uncertain times, you don't want to be in a position to where you have to go to the grocery store in July and buy Colgate toothpaste. That's going to be $10. Did y'all know that Colgate came out and they said that their toothpaste, one tube of toothpaste, could be up to $10, if not a little more. Okay, y'all, this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. And I'm only going over this stuff with you all because I feel that it is important. And I really feel like, hey, Trina, how are you doing? Y'all, this is a side of me that you don't normally see because, but over here on Facebook, boy, we're going to be real. We're going to be real. Look at my message about the kids. Okay, kids. It's sad that these kids don't know how to grow. Tom, our children, our grandchildren. I'm so, okay. Y'all know. Okay, the majority of my peeps on here are probably anywhere from 40 on up. I would say the majority of us, because I know a lot of you all are probably at least 50 and up. Okay, 50 and up. And we all have grandchildren. We all have children, young adults, or even adults in their 30s and 40s. And luckily for me, my children are crazy like I am. Thank you, Jesus. They're crazy. They're crazy, like I am. They look at stuff and they think, okay, well, I can see if a tube of toothpaste is going to be $10 by summer. I'm going to go ahead and okay, how many tubes of toothpaste do you use in 6 months or a year? So if you want 6 months worth of stuff, then go ahead and start purchasing one extra tube, while it's what, $4? I'd rather spend $4 than 10. I don't know how people are going to do it. When the grocery store shelves emptied, when the COVID crisis started, open your eyes to, I'm telling you, Lisa, it is so, so true, guys. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, when everybody was running around, because I've always been a prepared person, or as prepared as I possibly can be. I don't know if that's because of the way I've seen my parents, how they were, they raised me and everything. We had gardens, and I don't know. My mom was always a canner, so we always canned our food. So it's a normal thing for me to can food for the winter. It's almost like we are reverting back to the way it used to be. Now, it's not going to be as bad as that, I don't believe. But you know how when years and years and years ago, majority of farmers grew their gardens, so they canned their food for the winter, because there was not a lot of stores that our grandparents could go run to, great-grandparents. There wasn't things like now. We can get anything we want pretty much at any time. We are so spoiled as a nation. And we don't even know it. The majority, and I'm just saying, the majority of people don't even know it. Y'all see, I'm getting real with you all today. You saw chloride for swimming pools going up 2 years. Was that 100? Well, now cost. Oh, see, there were fires in 2 plants over the past 2 years. See, that's what's happening too. Hey, Kimberly, how are you doing, girl? We're being real today, girl. Living life to the fullest in uncertain times. And how are you going to live that life to the fullest in uncertain times, friends? I'm telling you, by being prepared. Y'all hear my words. By being prepared, you will continue to live your life to the fullest, or as much as you can. This is what you want to happen. It's just like COVID. No, what I was going to tell you, because what happened with COVID, and when there was no toilet paper on the shelves, friends, I did not have to worry. I had already plenty of toilet paper for my family to come and grab a case of toilet paper. Y'all may say, Melissa, you are crazy for having that much toilet paper. Friends, there is one thing in this life that I'm going to have. And I'm going to have myself some TP, because I ain't using no leaves. That's all I got to say. Okay? Luckily, I have the room for it. Now, some of you may not have the room. Then you have to be a little bit creative. Friends, I'm going to get a little extreme with you all. Extreme. If you don't have room in your house, do you have room under your beds? I would put food wherever I could put it. I would put toilet paper wherever I could put it, because that's kind of important to me. That might not be important. Now, it's not as important as food. There's a balance with this. There's a balance. And you guys are smart. Teach your kids and grandkids to not waste. Flatten out that tube. Absolutely, Wanda. There is so much toothpaste in that tube that people don't want to. I get every little bit out of that tube. I'm telling you, I do. Maybe that's because I don't want to waste anything, friends. Maybe it's because I don't want to waste anything. Now, you tell me, guys, am I getting a little bit too over the top for you all? Because this is probably, we're going to be talking about this stuff on Saturdays, because I think we need to encourage each other. I don't want any of you to get blindsided because of what's going on in our nation. And I'll be quite frank with you. I don't really care whose fault it is, because it doesn't matter whose fault it is. It doesn't matter who is in the White House. It doesn't, for crying out loud, who cares? Because it doesn't matter, because we are where we are now. We are living it. And so we have to deal with it to the best that we can, and pray that, it all works out for the good. But I want y'all to be prepared. The truth will set you free. No, it is. I stock up on many things. I was able to share. See, Marilyn, and that's another thing. Under the bed, in the closet, in the car trunk. Yes, it's so true, guys. See, y'all are getting this. This is really, really, really important today. and into the future. I mean, I have a bunch of notes, guys. I have a bunch of notes. I mean, I wanted to go over. Okay, there's another thing that you're going to have to understand. Better to be prepared than caught off guard and have nothing. I'd rather have something than nothing. That is so true. Something has to give. It does have to give, Kimberly. Girl. I know it does. I'm not sure what it's going to take, but I'm going to say one thing politically. And y'all know I don't like to talk about politics, but I'm going to say, look at me shaking my finger. God have mercy. That reminds me of my mother. Oh Lord, my mother's coming out. Y'all are in trouble. My mother's coming out. Y'all are in trouble. I'm going to say one thing. I am so sick and tired of our elected officials that we have put in office, whether it be state or federal. I am sick of it. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear the passion in my voice. I am tired of it. And I'm sick and tired of them talking about each other. I'm tired of the Democrats talking about the Republicans. I'm sick and tired of Republicans talking about the Democrats. All I want is them to have the American people, the best interest of the American people when they go to make decisions. I'm going to tell you this, and it doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. Who in the heck thinks that passing a bill on a Friday that is 5,000 pages that nobody can read and know what's in it is a good thing? Are y'all serious? Do they think we are dumb? That's all I'm going to say, because I'm telling you, what the heck? What the heck, people? Do y'all think that's right? They don't even give. The Republicans do it, the Democrats do it. They don't give each other enough time for our elected officials in our states to read this stuff and say, okay, the last bill that was trying to be passed, friends, what it was for, what the name of it was, there was nothing in that bill that was supposed to help that. I'm like, how does this happen? How does that thing get passed? How does that thing get passed? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Guys, I am on a rant today. I am on a freaking rant. But guess who pays for it? We do. Look where we're sitting right now. What can we do about it? Not a darn thing. Not a darn thing, other than try to get as prepared as we possibly can, because we can see the writing on the wall and what's coming our way. So let's just be a little bit prepared as far as having a little bit of food for your family to get through the hard times, because it's coming. You're all feeling the same thing, Kimberly? Hey, Regina, sorry, girl. You're hearing me rant. Oh, Lord, y'all. It's all about money to them. Oh, God. Debbie, yes. And I'm telling you, they all need to be fired. I'm telling you, from the president down. Y'all, if y'all are Biden, I'm sorry. He hasn't done a very good job for us either. Look where we are. We are probably going to go to a World War III. World War III. Guys, that is scary pants. Do y'all realize what could happen if there is a World War III and we are involved with that? Do y'all know how many nukes these other nations has? Yes, we have a lot too. We are a young country, and we've been blessed. And I'm going to tell you why our country, being the youngest country, has been the most powerful country in the world. It's because it was biblically based. It was grounded. Christianity, I'm telling you, okay, I don't care if y'all are not a Christian or not, but I'm going to tell you, but that's the reason why this country has been so blessed. And when we turn our back on what our founding fathers knew, they were smart. And I don't care. Okay, I'm going to say this too. And I don't really freaking care what color they were. I don't. I don't care. I don't care your race. I don't care your sex. I don't care what you're going to do. All I want to know, do you have the best interests of our country, of the American people? Do you truly love our country enough to sometimes even sacrifice and go against what the mainstream people are doing? Y'all, this, I'm so emotional about this. I'm so emotional because I know that a lot of people are going to be hurt. That a lot of people are not going to be prepared for what's coming our way. They're not, guys, and y'all don't have to agree with me. You don't, and and I appreciate that you let me have this platform to be able to speak and share my opinion on this. Oh, prayers are much needed. Constantly continued prayers. They don't care. They have enough money. It doesn't affect them. But I'm telling you, Don, it's going to come back around. It's going to bite them in the butt. It's going to affect them sooner or later. And if it doesn't affect them personally, it's definitely going to affect their children. Because let me tell you, if they get us in a World War III, it's going to affect them. It will. Unless they have somewhere else to go hide. I'm just saying. Or do they have a bunch of bunkers? It's mega scary. It can be scary, but I do know I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to let fear paralyze me in still having the fullest life I possibly can. Yes, I'm painting this picture of what the heck's going to happen or can happen in our country. We need to fear Russia. Putin, I'm going to tell y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm going to say this too. God, I wasn't going to talk about politics today, but I guess I'm going to have to go there because I'm going to tell you this. Whether you voted for Trump or not, that man was crazy enough that Putin didn't dare do anything with him. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I think Putin was afraid of Trump, as a lot of our other people in our country was. Because I'm going to tell you why. He was, you don't know what he would have done. I think, I think I could see Trump in the White House, guys. Here's the red button, right? I could see him on like a like a Zoom call with Putin. And if Putin say, well, I'm going to invade Ukraine, and I could see Trump pulling that little button up and say, you see this, buddy? You tried. And then we would really be bad. It'd really be bad then because we'd definitely be in World War III. Oh, Lord Jesus. But Biden, y'all, pray for our president. Pray. The Word of God even talks about us praying for our elected officials. And I could only imagine what that man, the weight and the pressure of that office, because none of us know what that does. But we can definitely see what it does to our presidents because, man, if they're in their 4 years or 8 years, they look old when they come out. Now, Trump, he didn't look any different. I don't know how the man does it. I really don't. But we definitely need to pray for Biden. I'm really concerned about him, even physically and mentally. I really am. Trump isn't scared of anyone or anything. That's what was afraid. That's what. Yes, we have to become silent and let them. I'm not sure what that was, Emily. Hey, Emily, how are you doing? You agree? You have 3 grandkids in the military. We are military tough through and through. You're military through and through. Yep. Hey, honey, we're talking about. I'm. Come here, honey. This is y'all. Here's honey. Here's Stuart. His name is Stuart. This is my husband.
Yeah, I do have a name.
But I call him honey. Somebody asked a couple of times, what is your husband's name?
Honey.
I know, but I even brought in, I'm talking to them, honey, about preparedness, living life to the fullest in these uncertain times that were going on in our country. And I told him, I said, I don't talk about this stuff over on my Facebook. I'm not going to. That's going to be lighthearted because, guys, I need that. I need to be lighthearted over there because that helps me, expel some of these I don't know, burdens, I guess you might want to call them. But over here on YouTube, my Saturday chats are going to be quite frank, and we're going to discuss some of these things that we're all experiencing in our nation, the uncertain times that we're living in. And I was even talking to them about, the possibly going into World War III. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
And what would happen if
I'll
to
get a
us?
chair here.
Oh God, y'all are going to be in trouble now. Y'all are going to be in trouble. Trump is a smart man and loves this country. North Korea told him they had button, and Trump told them so. Yes, I have to tell you, he did do that. He did that. That Kim Jong-un, yeah, I'm telling you, he didn't mess with Trump either. But who cares? Yeah, at this point, that's the past. We gotta go from here. Oh, that's okay, Jerry. Our governor gave away over $3 million in unemployment during COVID, and she did not set enough guidelines. Nobody checked, and she has not been on TV since. Oh, that happens. That happens. But guys, I was telling about even, going to the store, picking up extra cans of food here and there. And I was telling about, I didn't have to worry about being without toilet paper during COVID.
No, it's just
is that we're
not hoarders. We just grew up in an age where you had a garden and you canned, and it becomes second nature. I mean, Mom was always doing something, canning green beans. But there's something I listened to the other day. Maybe Warren Buffett, take him or leave him. But he's a smart financial man. And he said one thing that gets you through inflation is being better than anybody else.
Well, that's powerful.
Being better than anybody. You be who you are and work hard and prove your worth. I mean, you know who you are. And that goes through everything. You may not have what you really want, but you have your needs met. And that's more than most people will have going through a major inflation or recession. So hopefully we're not doing
hyperinflation. Hyperinflation, guys. It's just not inflation. We're running right into hyperinflation, and y'all Google it.
And you can't believe that you are worth it. You have to show that you're worth it to your boss, to your, and they need to help too. I mean, just to stay in business, just not to give your time, but when you give it, you're there giving 110%.
Hey, Shelley, that is so right, honey. I'm telling you, we've got to take care. Okay, this is what I'm saying too. Guys, excuse me. It's not just us. When we are even trying to prepare for our families and immediate families, what about those? I know it's so hard because if we're so financially, we'll never be ready. We'll never be ready for what is coming our way. But even when people come to your home and their babies are hungry, what you gonna do?
I'd say, well, Jesus said, what you do to the least of them, you done to me.
That's right.
Was I naked? You clothed me. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was homeless, you sheltered me. Those are big things to Jesus. He mentioned it specifically. So, it's not the time to hoard. Hoarding means you don't share it. It's like that one builder who had his barn full and said, I'm going to take it easy. No. You share what you have. But you share it with wisdom. You can't give everybody everything. And
because you gotta have for your family as well.
No.
I will say this because unfortunately, Wanda says our president has too many ties with Russia. But I don't even care about that, Wanda. Yeah. I don't care what kind of ties he has.
He's not influencing our life at all. I mean,
no, because we are where we are, so we deal with it to the best of our ability. And because I don't even really want to get into name calling of different people because it's not going to do us any good. No. It's just going to, what that does? And I'm going to tell you, all of our elected officials know this. Mark my words. They know this. What do they want the American people to do, especially during the elections and stuff? They want to keep us divided. You know what? What does the Word of God say about a house divided? It cannot stand. It cannot. It will fall. So that's what they want. They want to keep half of us thinking one way and the other of us thinking the other way.
And if you get out in the real world, there's nobody out there picking and choosing who's your enemy. It's like, hey, you look like my enemy. No.
I'm an independent.
You get along with people.
I'm a registered independent. I have Republican friends. I have Democrat friends. And I have family that's both. And yes, sometimes I'll do an eye roll because I'm an independent and I see both sides. I do. I see both sides.
You got to win my vote.
That's right. Yeah. I don't care who it
get
is.
It because you're a Democrat. Because those days are over.
But
I don't know about you people,
I will tell you this.
It's over.
There was one person that ran for office, ran for the presidency, and I ain't gonna tell you who it is, but I bet some of you heard this person say it. But they said you cannot let a good crisis go wasted.
Oh yeah, and they've been living up to their word.
Why would they say that? Why? Because you want to know why? Because that's what they do. They're going to take advantage. They took advantage of COVID. They did. They took advantage of COVID.
They want to push different narratives and agendas during this stuff, but we're not wired that way.
No,
we don't even think. What you see is what you get, and you keep being who you are. I don't care what goes through, what storm. Don't steal. Trust God.
Yeah.
Trust God and act. Don't just sit and do nothing, but act upon your trust. Faith without works, faith without action is no faith at all.
That's right.
You have to act in other avenues. Open up doors, knock, seek. Those are action words. Those aren't. And ask, seek, knock. That's it. Ask, seek, knock. Over and over and over and over.
Yeah, Kimberly, I am for our policies that they will hold to. You know what? This is what I think. Why not? Why does our elected officials not allow us, before they pass a bill, they should have it live, where they are reading this. I don't care if it takes a week. Look, let it be like a trial, Mm-hmm. Let them take a week, go page by page and explain what's in that bill so that the American people can sit there and watch that like the American people can sit and watch somebody being on trial. Well, they should be on trial. Mm-hmm. They should look at it this way. They should be on trial, letting us know what's in that bill and explaining it so that the plain American person can understand it. And we don't need to have 5 lawyers like they do to interpret it for them. Because y'all realize that.
It's not that complicated. It really is. They're just saying it's complicated. We all got good minds. It just takes time to process.
And then we, the American people, with our technology, let me tell you this, with our technology, we, the American people, should vote on that bill.
Oh, yeah.
In our state. Yeah. And then our representatives takes it to the White House.
Yeah.
Capitol
Hill. And that way, what do you call cronyism, all that stuff that pays corporate influences, big business, can't have an effect. They have to go with what we say.
And before they get a raise, we should know about it.
Yeah.
We, the American people, should be able to vote. We shouldn't just vote for just the elected officials. Why don't we be able to vote in our states? This, because of technology, that would be very easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
They could do it where we can even do it sitting at home. There's so many security things that you can do now to where, unless they're not honest. Yeah. See, this is the thing.
Right, I know.
We
still have to have some kind of faith in our system.
Yeah,
otherwise we're doomed. Without
that's
faith,
right.
It's impossible to please God. I mean, that's just the nuts of it all. And you got to have some kind of faith, but like that sign says, in God we trust, everybody else pays cash. I mean, really, it makes sense. Yeah.
That's what happens, Don. It happens all the time. Wanda, I love dehydration. Mm-hmm. I love to dehydrate my strawberries. And I'm telling you, though, you can have like quite a few trays of strawberries. And then when you dehydrate them, then you put them in 1 quart jar.
Mm-hmm. Make it in sizes that you eat normally.
Yes, that's
Whatever
right.
you do. Like if you bought a 5-pound bag of flour, you put it in the size. It just takes 2 cups 3 cups to make a loaf of bread or whatever, biscuits.
Or what they would use in a month.
Yeah,
or maybe what they
use in a month. But, some people, I mean, it's just the 2 of us, so we don't need a whole bunch out at one time. But it's kind of nice just pulling a little package. We know we're going to use it.
By the way, honey, I do need that freezer today because I'm not going to be able to can my beans tomorrow, guys, because y'all know what I have to do. I have to put my beans and my rice in my freezer for at least 72 hours because y'all know there's bugs in our food, right? Y'all know there's plenty of bugs in our food. And some people experience that firsthand. I've never had to do that. But put your beans and your rice. They say rice even up to a week. And you can leave it in your freezer for quite a few weeks if you wanted. But before I can my beans, I'm going to have to put them in the freezer for 72 hours. And then I'm going to have to soak them overnight because y'all know that's better for your beans anyway, better for your digestive tract. I put 8 quarts of peas in a gallon jar. See, there you go, Wanda. And
anybody here a good interviewer? If you want knowledge in the gardens, the nursing homes are full of knowledge.
Oh,
Go in there. You can probably write an encyclopedia of knowledge from people, how they did the garden, because they were growing gardens when they were our age and even younger, when they were in their 30s. And I mean, you can be the bestseller of the book and give the credit. But it's just so many different ideas because knowledge is all over that place.
You read the back of the book, Lisa. I know what we're going through will get worse. That's not because I know where I'm going. What scares me is what we will have to go through. Yeah. It is so true because we all know what the Word of God says about it too, you know. And if the Lord tarries, I mean, we're already in my age. I'm 57 years old, and I never would have thought that I would have been around to see what we're seeing now. And I'm sure our parents probably felt the same way.
Oh, I'm sure there's people just trusting God. Yeah. No need to be fearful.
That's exactly just right, guys.
Trust God, because He's got a better plan.
He has a better plan for us than we have for ourselves.
Yeah.
All we can do is walk in faith, because y'all know walking is an action, right? Faith is an action, y'all. I mean, we got to walk in it. We're either going to believe it or we're not. I'd rather have faith in the Father than in our elected officials right now. I can tell you that much. Now, there does come a time when we do have to trust people. We have to trust people at their word. But I'm telling you, after election after election after election, I was so discouraged this past time. I'm like, oh gosh, and seeing what's going on for the past 20 years.
It's not like after the election. It's what they do when they say they're going to do one thing, they do the total opposite. That's what's disheartening. And
well, their hands. I understand.
None of them are men of the word.
Sometimes they can't do what they want to do because we do have laws here and we have to pass bills and they have to get everybody on the same page. But I'm telling you, this is another thing. I am sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of our elected officials talking to each other or talking about each other the way they do. I've never seen such disrespect in my life when they come on and they badmouth them. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is, guys. That is so unprofessional. What the heck? And we have these people in there. What is going on? Why are they talking? Even I can't even watch the news. The news makes me sick.
They smother everything with agenda and narrative, and it's just no truth anymore. It's just their story.
Beans, rice, oatmeal, flour, meal, and cereal are all. Yes, that's absolutely right. You prepare what you eat. Mm-hmm. That is so important. I cannot stress that. Even grow what you eat. Like I said, guys, because I mean, your ground, that's valuable real estate. That the food that you're putting in, the seeds that you're putting in that ground to grow, that's valuable real estate. So you want to make sure that whatever pops up, you're going to eat it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you don't like radishes, don't grow them.
No.
I love radishes.
But if you want to make them into a little powder and sprinkle it on your salad, that's not bad.
Dawn, you're 48 and your mom always prepared for this. She said this would happen. Yep, it is so true. Yeah. Your mother, Dawn, is a very wise woman.
Yeah.
Very wise woman. And can you? She was a smart woman. Yep. Yeah. I have stopped watching the news since COVID started. Can't stand hypocrisy.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I can't watch it. I turn it on for 5 minutes. Same story. Just.
If you want to know what really is going on, watch foreign news. Watch foreign news, because that's what's gonna it'll be eye-opening for you. I'm trying to think of a good one. Very seldom do I even watch them. I rely on my honey to watch this stuff, because I can feel my blood pressure starting to go up. So, and I got to stay focused on my crafts. I mean, I got to stay happy, guys. I got to stay happy. And he'll tell me, "Oh, honey, fertilizer. We're not having no fertilizers. This is what's happening now."
Well, guess what? Back in the day, they used to plant corn, and then the next year they put alfalfa down, and then because that brought the nutrients back in the ground, and then the following year they plant corn again. We just have to get back to that. We just don't let our fields rest. God says it's important for us rest our land.
Oh gosh, y'all are cracking me up. Kimberly, Japanese news. You were so funny, girl. But you're right. Yeah. Freedom TV on the internet is good. I've never watched Freedom TV, but I like the name of it. Now, as long as these people, and this is the thing,
they have. I know
anymore. Just like these are my opinions on what's going on, what could possibly happen. But I'm telling you, if I'm right and you don't prepare, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I'm right about what's coming, what we're already in, if you don't prepare, you and your family's going to hurt. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, if this is what I'm praying for, because I'm always a preparer. Guys, I've always prepared. It's a natural thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't really need to prepare more than what we've been doing, because, we prepare anyway. But if I'm wrong, then you just have a little bit of extra food, and you don't have to run to the grocery stores often. It's a win-win situation.
And then in 2 or 3 years, you donate it to the food pantry. I mean,
if they save 6 months, or even if they save a year's worth of food,
they're going to use it up.
Those cans will be good for 2 or 3 years in your pantry minimum. Y'all do know canned food is good past the best buy date. Yeah. It's still good. Lisa, you're 59 and still lucky enough to have your mom. She taught you when you was very young how to cook, garden. I know that's priceless. That is priceless.
And we're living in an age where you can Google, YouTube, how to raise any kind of vegetable, any kind of how to purify water, all these things. And I know it takes
Wanda,
hours.
Girlfriend, you've purchased whole grain and a small little machine to grind your flour and meal. Girlfriend, would you PM me all of that information?
That's wonderful.
Yes. PM me that information. You buy honey. Now, let me tell you, Wanda, I love I've shared this with you all, the darker honey. And I purchased it from this company in West Virginia. Love, love, love it. It comes from the tulip poplar trees. It is the best honey. I don't care for perfumey honey. Yeah, and it really depends on what the bees go to. But I love their honey, and I love it. It's like, well, it was like $17 a quart, but I'm sure that has gone up.
Everything's gone up.
Jars have gone up. Oh, and by the way, guys, somebody messaged me that the Walmarts are supposedly getting some canning jars in. Now, I don't know about lids, but y'all don't forget about your lids, because lids and rings, of course, you can reuse your rings, but lids are so important. Make sure you have extra, because if, next year you need to buy extra lids this year for next year, just in case, okay? Because you'll have your jars, but you may not have enough lids. Your mom always bought extra, but always shared. Yep, that's exactly right. Family of 13. My parents had large families too. I come from a family of 11. And of course, my parents was 13. Melissa, can I get the website for the honey? Tom, let me write a note here. I will look that up for you. And Tom, it is the best. Absolutely the best, buddy. I will do that, and I'll message it to you. You're on Messenger? You've messaged me before. Your best friend is Mormon, and she is always prepared from charcoal to powdered milk. I'm telling you, Karen, it is wonderful.
Simple little things.
Guys, and I don't want to scare any of you. That is never my heart. But, I'm very passionate about this stuff, and I just get a little upset sometimes when I see how things are going and how people talk about one another and
go to your local farmer. Start helping them. So what can I do to help because they are under the gun, and there's always somebody that does a garden. Many hands make work light, and it's like, be a part of it. Don't just come in and say, I want this and I want that, but see if you can donate your time or
form a community.
Yep.
I will tell you, Hillary Clinton was right about one thing, and I don't agree with her about most things, but I agree with her with this one. She stated that it takes a village to raise a child. And I do believe that. Years and years and years ago, families lived in one home or two homes, and they were always around each other because they helped raise, I'm talking about aunts and uncles, helped raise their nieces and nephews. Because there's knowledge. Now, wasn't we talking this morning about, oh gosh, the older you get, gosh, I can't remember how you even said that. But the knowledge that the older people have, that is so valuable. Even at my age, at 57, talking to an 80-year-old is so valuable because they've lived, 23 more years than me. They have life experiences, 23 more years of life experiences that I have not lived. That is valuable. That's why you were even talking about the nursing homes. Because there's a wealth of knowledge there, and sometimes they're left behind. Behind. But definitely go talk to your local farmers. Try to have a community of like-minded people. And I'm telling you, ignore the haters, because the haters are going to come out.
Oh yeah, they're dime a dozen.
The haters are going to come out, guys. Just let them keep hating and let them go. You guys stay focused on what you need to do. Take today, move forward. Doesn't matter what's going on, back in the past, because guys, that's we can't do anything about that anyway, right? Thank you, Deborah. I need to get more lids. I have a shed full of canning jars and have a bunch of rings. That is wonderful, Dawn. Go get some lids, girlfriend, because your canning jars and your rings aren't going to do you any good. I need to get lids. Hopefully, I haven't waited too long and they're not going to be outrageous. So, but I'm speaking to the choir here, guys. I'm not just telling you guys this. We're doing, setting some things in motion as well.
Try to become more self-reliant.
Yeah,
that's possible.
That is not a bad thing. That's another thing. Our government does not want us to be self-reliant.
No.
Because if we rely on them, they've got us.
Oh yeah.
I don't care who they are.
Money. They was handing out money because they want us to rely on them.
That's right.
$600.
I don't want to rely on. I want to be as self-reliant as possible. And if you can grow your food, if you can keep your electricity on, you have your water, guys, you're good. You're golden. You are. And especially even if you have your family, you're golden. So don't forget about those things. Your Dollar General has canning supplies. Well, maybe what I need to do is go run around a little bit today and do a few things. Where do you store your canned goods? We have a basement. We're blessed to have a basement.
Mm-hmm.
We're blessed to have a basement.
To find a house. It's not easy to find one.
No, it isn't. Nope, it is not, especially where we are. We're really blessed to have what we do. Where I live, it's so rocky, glade, so I have raised beds. That's perfect, Dawn.
Oh, yeah. Raised beds are awesome, especially on your back. You
can get a lot of food out of raised beds, just like that greenhouse. We're going to get a lot of food out there, and even coming winter.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have some food in there during the winter. We're gonna have some lettuce and
that's
tomatoes.
About raised beds. If you have them up high enough, you can do little mini hoops on them and keep the bugs off of them. Mm-hmm. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I saw people use bamboo and hula hoops, and they cut the hula hoops, use the bamboo to go inside of it to keep it sturdy, and then It was simple.
4 little greenhouses.
Simple, yes.
Yeah,
it was less than like $15 for a little hula hoop and some cheap plastic.
You don't need something as big as we are. I mean, guys, at this point, just have something.
Yes.
You know, you could even do it on your back deck in the wintertime. I mean, just make sure you actually read up on it.
Yeah.
You know, you have some knowledge. Knowledge is powerful. Knowledge is power, guys. It is. Yes, so is.
Like treated wood, you can't really grow because it eventually neutralizes your soil, so you can't really, and it stops the plants because of the chemical in the treated wood. But as long as you can close it up and do other things, you can get by with it.
Like if you use treated lumber or whatever for your garden beds, just make sure that you put something inside them so that it's not touching the soil. Y'all, most of y'all know all of this. Yeah. I mean, we're not even going to go into all that because that's another session.
Oh, yeah. We can have hours and days and months and weeks.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you all coming on here today and listening to me rant a little bit. And being quite frank with you, you're probably going to see this side of me more on the YouTube, on YouTube Lives, on here on Saturday Chats, guys. Because I have all of this inside of me, and it's good to have a platform to be able to share with like-minded people. And even if you're not, you know, I haven't seen anybody really come out and say anything bad about what we're saying. And I really appreciate it even if you disagree, because I think sometimes we have to agree to disagree sometimes. But like I said, if I'm wrong about what's coming our way and what we're already in, what we've already experienced for 2 years, I'll leave you with this. What we've experienced the past 2 years is nothing compared to what we're going to experience in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah. Keep your eyes open.
Be kind.
Keep your ears open. Listen. Use a little wisdom. You know, you believers on here, you have discernment. God gave you discernment. You know what you need to do and what you don't need to do. So there you go, guys. We're going to leave you with that. Thank you guys so much. And we're going to be seeing y'all next Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. And Lord help us if BFF is with us next Saturday. It's hard to tell what she's going to say. I'm going to have to probably rein her back just a little, guys. Thank you, honey, for popping on here with us. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope this was beneficial to you all. I hope it was encouraging. I'm going to leave you with that. Just go out and buy yourself a can of green beans, guys, and put it back in your pantry. That's all you have to do. That's my daughter sneezing. Bless you. All right, guys, have a blessed day, and I'll be seeing y'all later. Okay, guys? Bye.
Yes.